What is good with y'all boys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to discuss why you might as well get on BodyGame since you're going to be doing most, if not all of the work, right? A consistent experience that I seemed to have back in the day when I was absent-mindedly on BodyGame, I put it that way, right? I was on BodyGame. I didn't know the shit was called BodyGame. I was just working out like crazy, and I was shredded as hell as a result of it, right? Consistent experience that I came across. I like to say 90% of the chicks that I dealt with were lazier than me. Probably by default, because you know females are lazy as hell already. But 90% of those chicks were not in the gym. Needless to say, not being in the gym did not stop them from having a banging body, right? They were still shapely. They had curves. They had fat deposits where it mattered. And dudes that were on BodyGame and not on BodyGame would have gone, right? So the chicks had a tendency to do a little bit of work when it was time to crack, and then I'd have to do the rest of the work, right? Now, like I had said in a previous video before, I dealt with so many chicks that didn't do any work to the point where I was like, yo, it's actually important to have abs outside of just the visual aspect. Because when you put in them chicks in a full Nelson, them abs is going to show whether or not you was actually putting in the work in the gym, or if you're a Drake type of nigga to go get the ab sculpting just for the aesthetics, right? Because when you go get ab etching like Drake did, you only look good. You're not performing good. Drake may be looking more shredded than a dude that's maybe 25% body fat. But I'll tell you right now, the dude that's on 25% body fat that still goes to McDonald's, Domino's, Burger King, still eating pizzas and bullshit, that still hits the gym, the dude that's on 25% body fat, that's doing ab crunches and sit-ups, that still eats like shit, is going to outperform Drake with his fake abs 100% of the time, right? Aesthetics aren't everything. Diet is important. But at the end of the day, actually putting in the work is going to give you better results than motherfuckers who just do the shit for a facade, right? So like I said, I realized having abs was extremely important. Like, the core strength is literally going to be the fundamentals for everything that you're doing when it's time for a cracking session. Like I said, a lot of chicks are lazy. A lot of chicks wanted to act like a dehydrated horse when it was time to get on top. One of the things that used to piss me off, a female has the audacity to not do 90% of the work during the cracking session, has the audacity to be like, I'm tired. Bitch, what the fuck do you mean you're tired? All you did was just stand there on all fours or just lay there. What the fuck do you mean you're tired? How? How are you tired? You didn't do shit. You literally didn't do anything. It never ceases to amaze me how you can get tired from not doing shit. Females be lazy. You got to be on BodyGame because you're going to be doing the majority of the work. Another consistent experience that I had. BodyGame is extremely important when it comes to retaining females, right? I want you to imagine this scenario. Well, for me, it's not even a scenario. This shit actually just happened. You're in an environment where, let's say there's you're on BodyGame. There's another dude, he got racks to his name. There's another dude, let's say he's got a McLaren. There's another dude, he got a whole house, mansion, a whole setup, right? You're on BodyGame. Maybe the dude that's on the McLaren is kind of on BodyGame. The dude that has his shit together is fat, all of that shit. Let's just say you're the individual that is on the tip-top shape of BodyGame, right? The females of today's era have dudes assigned for different criterias, like different jobs. One saves in the food, God damn. Can I speak English? One is saved in the phone as food. One is saved in the phone as trips. One is saved in the phone as Uber/DoorDash. One is saved in the phone as backshot guy, right? The backshot guy is obviously the dude that's on BodyGame. When you're on BodyGame, your body is a drug and you are the dealer, right? At the end of the day, the chick can hit up all those other dudes in those other categories. Yes, they may supply her with food. They may supply her with traveling experiences. They may supply her with trips, rent money, a place to stay, whatever. But what those dudes can't supply her with is sexual satisfaction and desire, right? When I was in corporate, I always had to laugh, on the inside, of course, when I saw dudes that were obviously not on BodyGame trying to parade their wife around, right? Maybe their wife worked at the job, or maybe you would see the wife out with them when they were eating, and they were just putting their wife on a pedestal, right? I always used to laugh on the inside because I know that the wife's disdain for them goes up just a little bit every time that she actually has to go down south and give that grapefruit deep twist combo and have to look up to see a big ass gut in her fucking face, right? Chicks don't want to see a big piece of fat when they're looking up while giving neck. They can't even make eye contact. That's how so off a BodyGame some of these motherfuckers are. The chicks can't even make eye contact with you while she's giving neck. She's literally down there under construction. She's underground. No one in sight. All you hear is just a bunch of vacuum cleaner noises, right? The difference between a dude that's on BodyGame and a dude with a big ass piece of fat on his midsection, I'm pretty sure there's not a single chick that wants to see fat when she's looking up while getting busy down there, right? Chicks want to look up and see chiseled abs. They want to look up and make eye contact. They want to look up and see pecs. Dudes that aren't on BodyGame cannot fulfill these criteria, which is why when you're on BodyGame, your body is the drug. When you add your performance on top of that, you create a scenario and an environment where you are the best dealer. What happens when a person is the best dealer for whatever they're supplying in the area? The people who are customers have no choice but to return to that dealer. The only outside circumstances are if they don't have enough currency exchange to go to that dealer. But even then, they can make something shake and make something happen. Because I'm pretty sure all of you know what goes down when, majority of the time, when females don't have enough currency to pay for whatever it is they're trying to get from the dealer, they got to pay in other ways. The equivalent for that is you could be on BodyGame. A chick tries to play games. She tries to get disrespectful. She tries to shit test you or whatever. You shut that shit down. She's like, okay, well, I'm going to go off over here and go deal with this dude. Yeah, she's going to go over there and deal with that dude. And she's going to realize that that dude is not him. That dude ain't shit. That dude is not on BodyGame. He's not dealing what the supplier, the top don, which would be you on BodyGame, is given. So guess what happens? 1, 2, 3 weeks go by. She's like, yo, I can't deal with these low-level dopamine hits anymore. It's not even a dopamine hit. It's just really a placeholder. She can't take the placeholder anymore. It's not giving her the same high. Now she got to hit you back up. Now she got to come back around. She got to apologize. She got to spin the block. And you're still serving the top quality product. So she going to fall back in line. Right? I've had chicks that I didn't know that they had boyfriends. Right? And we had our encounter. And according to them, it was only supposed to be a one-night stand. Well, guess what? Their boyfriend wasn't on BodyGame. And they just got a hit of a drug that they have access to in a while. So guess what? The one-night stand turned into a two-night stand, into a 3, 4, 5-night stand. Suddenly, you got a sneaky link stand that can't stop coming back for more because you're the best dealer in the area. That's literally is you can't make this shit up, bro. And you can't overcomplicate it either. You get on BodyGame, you put in the work, You become the best version of yourself. You become the dealer. Your body becomes the drug. And now you're serving. You're straight serving. And all the dudes around you that are selling low quality product who are not on BodyGame are losing out to you. This is the same mentality of why dealers who actually deal product try to team up to take out the dude that's taking all their customers. In parallel, the same married men, the same dudes in relationships that are not on BodyGame, they're hating on you. They're trying to get you out the picture. They don't like you because you're obviously delivering a better product than they could ever hope to deal because they're not on their shit, right? It is what it is. Most dudes will never experience it because they can't lock the fuck in and do what they need to do. Most females are going to go towards the best dealers. It just is what it is. There's no beating around the bush. You can't buy yourself some BodyGame. You can't buy yourself into the position. Either you're selling a good product or you're not.